The Iron Pulse, the bridge that defied death. The Hook. They called it a bridge to nowhere, a fool's errand built on the bones of the dead. In 1869, the East River was a graveyard for ambition. But while the men who designed it were buried in the soil or trapped in silent, paralyzed bodies, a woman who wasn't allowed to vote was the one who actually built the eighth wonder of the world. This is the story of the Roeblings, a family that traded their blood for steel and stone. Chapter 1. The Visionary's Price. The winter of 1867 in New York did not just bite, it consumed. John Augustus Roebling, a Prussian immigrant with eyes like flint and mind that saw geometry in the chaos of nature, stood on the edge of the East River. To everyone else, the river was a turbulent, ice-clogged barrier that separated the booming city of Manhattan from the sleepy suburb of Brooklyn. To John, it was a problem that only steel wire could solve. He was the man who had mastered the suspension bridge, but this, the Brooklyn Bridge, was supposed to be his magnum opus. It would be the longest suspension bridge in the world, using steel, a material still largely experimental for such a scale. But the river demanded a sacrifice. While surveying the site, John's foot was crushed between a ferry and the piling of a dock. In the 19th century, such an injury was a death sentence. True to his stubborn, eccentric nature, John refused conventional medicine, attempting to cure himself with water therapy. Within weeks, tetanus locked his jaw in a permanent, horrific grin. The creator was dead before the first stone was laid. The burden fell to his son, Washington Roebling, a Civil War veteran with a soul hardened by the Battle of Gettysburg. Washington didn't just want to build his father's bridge, he wanted to prove he could survive it.